Google has recently announced a new feature wherein it will be integrating Gmail with multiple other elements within its ecosystem. Now, Gmail had already announced the integration for Google Meet into Gmail and also the phasing out of the classic Hangouts and transitioning into Google Chat a couple of months back. And that effect has already been available on Gmail for all of its users to use and benefit from. But what is this change which I am talking about in this video? This is the new integration for Gmail wherein you would be able to integrate your files, tasks and other elements within the Gmail environment. Now, most of these features which are present at the moment is within the Rooms feature of Google Chat, but there are many more exciting features and many more exciting integrations which are going to come into Gmail in the upcoming few weeks. To get updates on all of these new features on Gmail and G Suite, don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I will be posting these updates as and when it comes on my channel. You can also get the latest updates on G Suite by subscribing yourself to gsuiteupdates.googleblog.com. I will put the link in the description below. So let's talk about the new Gmail integrations. With this new update, you would be able to assign tasks to your team members or colleagues with just a click within the Rooms section of Gmail. Now, before you are able to access these features, you need to get into your admin console or you need to ask your super admin, who is the administrator of your organization, to get into the admin console and enable a couple of features so that you can get the new integrations for Gmail. To do this, you simply need to go into admin.google.com and go inside the apps section of your admin console. That's by clicking over here. And once inside, you need to go into the G Suite section wherein you need to check if the options or the functionalities which require the new integration for Gmail, if they are enabled or not. Now, some of the things which we need to enable over here is the new Google Chat. You need to make sure that this is on for everyone or on for the organizations which you choose to switch it on for. Now, just be sure that the new integrations for Gmail is only available for the people who have Google Chat enabled and who have it to the chat preferred mode on Google Chat. How do you do that? You can refer to my previous video on how to transition from classic Hangouts to the new Google Chat. And in that video, I explain what are the features of Google Chat and how you can make the shift from classic Hangouts to Google Chat. I'll put the link down in the description below once again. Let me quickly show you how you can enable the chat preferred option. You simply go in and go into the service status, and you can easily find the chat preferred setting over here. You select that and you simply say save. Once you do that, you would be able to get the new integrations for Gmail. Now, a couple of other things which you need to take care of. Now, the files functionality, the files tab, which is going to come inside the Rooms section of Gmail, is only available if you have enabled Google Drive for your organization. So if you haven't done that as of now, I would urge you to enable Google Drive for your organization as well. You would also need to enable the tasks functionality so that you can get the tasks tab in your organization, and that's how it goes basically. Now, if you have a certain restriction wherein not all members of your organization can use Google Drive and tasks, you can even enable this at an organization level by simply going into the organizations, create an organization structure, and then enable it only for that specific organizational unit. To know more about that, I will put a link in the description on how to create an organization and how to enable or disable services based on a certain organization itself. Again, the link will be in the description section down below. Once you have enabled all these functionalities, you are all set. You can now head over to Gmail and you should be able to find this new integration to Gmail inside your Gmail interface. Now, if you haven't got these integrations yet, don't worry, this is currently in a rollout mode and this would be coming into your Gmail interface very soon. So just keep these settings ready and just wait for the day when you get these new features up and running on your Gmail interface. I was very excited when I got this feature myself. I got this feature first on my mobile device, and then later on it came into the web interface. That's something which might happen to you as well. The Gmail app on Android is going to get the new integrations first, and then it will be followed up by the iOS devices. We don't have a timeline as to when the features would come in for the iOS devices, but the Android devices have it, and I will also be showing you how to use these features from your mobile device in this video. So stay tuned till the end of this video to learn about the new integrations and to see how it works on the web as well as on your mobile device. So now let's jump into the web interface of Gmail and see the new integrations in action. As you can see, the Gmail interface has slightly changed. A certain remapping has been done. Certain modules have been reshuffled, repositioned, like the active button is now on the top right corner of the screen, and this can be used to focus in your tasks and activities in a much more efficient manner by muting yourself from the distractions wherein your teams just like start pinging you and you get the tung noises coming in and you lose focus. So if you want to be focused, simply mute your notifications for whatever time you want so that you can focus on your work and get that task done with 100% success. So that's what I do usually. I disable the notifications for about an hour if I have a meeting or if I need to focus on a specific task. So that's about the mute notifications button, which comes on the right side. Now, another feature which is there is the moment you mute yourself or you update the notifications to mute yourself, this would also appear on your chat, wherein your colleagues would now be able to see that you have muted yourself from notifications and that the notifications might not be delivered to them because the status would be updated as a busy status. Now, if you notice, the Google Meet section has now come to the bottom left corner of your screen, and the room section is still in the place where it was. It's pumped up a little bit higher than before, but that's because it wanted to make space for the Google Meet section on the interface. The new features at the moment are revolving around Google Chat and Google Meet. There are still more new features awaited to be released by Google, wherein we would be having a picture-in-picture facility for having Google Meet sessions so that we don't have to jump into a new window just for that Google Meet conversation. And I'm really excited to see these features live in action. Now, let me take you through the Google Meet updates which have come. Previously, within Gmail, you had two buttons, join a meeting or start a meeting. Now that's changed to new meeting or my meetings, wherein a new meeting is for you to create a new meeting without going into any other section, and my meetings is for you to see your agenda in the single view of Gmail, again without going into another interface. Previously, we had to open up our calendars to see the meetings coming up, or maybe go into meet.google.com where we could see an interface with all our meetings displayed in a single console. Now we can do that just by sitting inside of Gmail and clicking on My Meetings. So let me just quickly click on that. And as you can see, I don't have any meetings today because I'm shooting this on a Friday and we don't have any work here. It's a weekend in Oman, and I'm relieved to have no meetings today. But I look forward to the next working day, which is on Sunday, and to attending all my meetings with my customers and colleagues. So that's about Google Meet. The new meeting button remains the same. It has no impact. It's just a renaming and it works in the same old fashion. There is a new interface. However, when the pop-up comes up, you have a new interface in order to help you give the link for that meeting and in order for you to be able to invite your participants much more efficiently. So that's about the new meeting. But the meat of this new update revolves around Google Chat, especially within the Rooms functionality of Google Chat. Now, to show you that, I would create a new room and demonstrate this for you. This is really exciting, and this changes many things on how we use Gmail to work in our daily lives. This makes it very easy, very efficient, and very productive. Especially for me, it has really changed how I work with my team. So let's just go ahead and create a room. And I'll create a room called Bravo. And I can also select an emoji. Let me select a nice one over here. So let's maybe go with this celebratory emoji because we're celebrating the launch of this new integration for Gmail. So probably this is a very nice emoji to use on this room. And then I can choose to add people inside my room. Now I can choose to add people from outside, or I can choose to add people within my organization. So if I am choosing to add people from outside, I need to enable this option over here, allow people outside your organization to join. If I don't do that, I would be restricted to have people only within my organization, which is within my G Suite organization, to join this specific room. Now I will add myself from my other organization from an external G Suite account into this room. So I will select allow people outside your organization to join, and then I will invite my other account over here. So connect@yahyazakir.com, and I will invite myself into this room, and I will say create. Now the moment I say create, this room is now going to be created. An invitation is going to go to connect@yahyazakir.com, wherein Yahya would be able to accept the invitation and join this room. So now let's jump into connect@yahyazakir.com and see how this message is delivered to Yahya. So I'm just jumping into the account over here, and as you can see, Yahya Zakir from Gulf Infotech has invited Yahya Zakir from yahyazakir.com to join the room. Bravo. I know it's confusing, but it's pretty easy to understand. So I'm just going to go into the room Bravo and accept the invitation. I just need to select the open in Google Chat. Now just to clear it out, this is a separate G Suite account which I'm using for this demo. I had created the room from my official email address, from my official account, and I'm using another G Suite account for accepting this invitation, and it is termed as an external participant because connect@Yahya Zakir, the user, is not within Gulf Infotech. It's a separate G Suite organization which is created. Now I need to simply enable the pop-ups so that I can open Google Chat and accept the invitation. Now this is because I have not used Google Chat on this account previously. So it's just giving me the quick start guide, and I get this option for join. So I'll simply click on join and I'll say next, and I can choose to turn on or turn off notifications. So let's just turn on notifications, and I would be taken into this room. Now just to be clear over here, the new features, the new integrations of having files and tasks within Google Rooms is not yet available within the chat.google.com interface, and it is only available within the Gmail interface. Now within the Gmail interface, if you see, I have this Bravo room opened, and I can start communicating with Yahya through the Bravo room, but I still don't see the files and tasks integration coming up on this particular room. So I simply need to expand it, and I would be taken into the room section in the expanded view, and here I would be able to see the files and tasks modules wherein I would be able to easily interact with my colleagues. Now if you notice on my screen, in this specific screen, I still have the older interface. I still have the interface wherein I have the start a meeting, join a meeting. The mute notifications button is still on the left side of the screen rather than the right side of the screen, which I had shown you a couple of moments back in my other account. Now that's because this feature is currently on a rollout stage, and this is being slowly and gradually rolled out by Google for all its customers. So that's one of the reasons. If you have such an issue, don't worry. It's going to be sorted out in the upcoming few days, wherein the rollout is completed and all of the G Suite customers get the access to the new integrations for Gmail. I'm really excited for you to have it. And don't forget to put in your comments in the comment section below and let me know how you are feeling about the new integrations for Gmail. Now, when I'm here inside Bravo, as an external participant, I can see that this room is owned by another organization, that's gulfinfotech.com, and I am sitting under yahyazakir.com. Now when that label is seen, it just means that there is an external participant inside of that room. You can do everything you do usually, even with an external participant being there inside the room. This is just so that you can collaborate with people outside your organization as well. Again, that is if you are choosing to allow that participant join the room, right? So now these are the features which have come into the room section: files and tasks. Files are basically a consolidation of all the files you have shared within the room section to your team members. Like for example, I have 2 members in this room at the moment, and these guys just share documents. They share quotations, sales orders, and whatever documents they are discussing in that specific room, and also communicating left, right, and center over that document. I would be able to see a consolidated view of all the documents within the file section. Further, I would also be able to narrow down or go back into the conversation thread surrounding that file attachment. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, sometimes what happens is when a conversation gets too long, we are just typing details about a document. For example, I have a quotation which needs to be submitted to one of our customers, and one of our sales representatives just makes a quotation and sends it over, and we are discussing over the room. Consider it the sales room, and we're discussing about that quotation. We say that there should be this value proposition added, there should be this number adjusted, and things like that. But then we lose track sometimes. But how do we get back on track? If I want to refer to that document in the future at a later stage, I can simply go into the files section, drill down on that document which is in question, which has to be referred to, and I can click on the chat notification on its right side, and I would be taken back into that specific conversation, wherein I would be able to go through the narration, the conversation which has happened around that document at that point in time. So I don't have to go back into chat and search for all my conversations once again. It saves a lot of time. And I'm sure you would also save a lot of time when this feature is enabled for your organization on G Suite. Let me quickly give you a sample. So let me say hi. So just for an example, let me add a document over here and show you how this works in reality. Now, once I send this document has been sent in the room, and it is going to be part of a conversation. And whoever is typing content over here, putting conversations, putting text, describing the document, asking for changes, and multiple other things, the document is going to get buried under the text. But then the files functionality is going to have this document stand out. By going into the files section, I would know that this document, the user persona for an IT manager, is there within this room. This was posted by Yahya, and this was posted today. Further, I would also get options to add this document into my Google Drive, or this is the feature which I really love. I can drill down, I can go back into that chat conversation and understand what is the conversation which happened around that document. So I can simply click on view in chat. It will take me back into that specific thread. Even though the thread might be long, the conversation might be long, I would jump back into that conversation very quickly, and that would help me understand what happened around that document, making it very easy, very efficient for me to take an action on that document at a future time. Now, another very nice feature which has come onto Gmail is the tasks functionality. Now, yes, the task functionality was there previously on the right sidebar. You had that integrated. Now, this task functionality did not allow you to assign tasks to your team members, to your colleagues. It was only for you as an individual to work on tasks and nobody else. But the tasks within the rooms section is a collective task. It is a collaborative task which we have at the moment. It is called a room task. Now here you can simply go into add room task, and let's say submit the user persona document. Now that's a task for the room, and I want to assign it to Yahya, who is in Gulf Infotech, right? So I will simply go to assign, and I would be able to see the email addresses of the participants in that room, and I can simply assign it to that individual. I can also allocate a time and date to that submission or that task so that I can monitor what is happening. So let's just say, let's put that on Saturday at 9:30 a.m. and I'll just say okay. So that easily captures the due date for that task to be completed. Now, what is the advantage of having all these things here? The advantage is that you get your tasks in a central area, and you can even delegate it to your colleagues, your team members. And your team can now have a centralized repository of tasks, and you would be able to collaborate much more efficiently. In the future, you are going to get co-editing capabilities wherein you are going to be able to edit documents without going into another browser tab, and you would be able to edit and collaborate with your colleagues within the same Gmail interface itself. Many new things are going to happen in the future of Gmail. If you are using a mail client, I would recommend you stop doing that and start using the Gmail web interface, because the beauty lies on the web. The ability to do multiple things together lies on the web. You are going to free yourself by leaving that mail client and adopting the web interface of Gmail. Now, I had promised a view from the mobile interface as well in this video, so that's what I'm going to give you over here. So this is your Android device, and the integration is also available for you on Gmail. If you haven't updated your Gmail app, I would recommend you do that so that you start getting the new features rolled out onto your Gmail accounts as well. You simply need to go into Gmail, and the moment the update is ready for you, you would be seeing the features popping out onto your Gmail app, and you would see a nice introductory wizard which will guide you how to use these features on your mobile device as well. As you can see, the widgets appear at the bottom of the screen. You have the mail button, you have chat, you have rooms, you have meet, and you can now even uninstall the Google Chat application and the Google Meet application which you have installed on your Android devices, because your new Gmail app is going to serve the purpose for you. You can easily go into the Meet button and start a conversation with your team members or customers just by coming in here within Gmail. You can even join a meeting which you have been scheduled to join from within the Gmail interface without going into any other applications. So these are really amazing things which you can do from the new Gmail interface. You can also go into the Rooms section, and you can see the tasks and the files which we had discussed about a few minutes back on the web interface, and you have a very similar looking interface on your mobile application as well. You have the same Files tab wherein you have a consolidated view of all the files which was discussed within the Rooms section, and you have also the functionality of adding the file into Google Drive or viewing that file in Google Chat within the Gmail mobile app itself. You also have the tasks section wherein you can simply go in and look at the tasks which you have assigned inside the room. You would still be able to see the person for whom it is assigned to and the due date which is expected to be completed by. So these are all the features which are available again within the Gmail mobile app itself without you having to go into any other application to access these elements. So that's how the new Gmail interface works on the mobile device. As I mentioned, this is only for the Android device at the moment, but the iOS users, don't worry, it's going to come for you as well in the near future. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel for more exciting videos on G Suite and cloud technology. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.